All right, we should be well on our way to writing our chapters. Should be using probably like 11 or a 12-point font. I do have some different size fonts. Like I use a 12-point font here and bold-faced it, whereas in my paragraphs I'm using an 11-point font. And you can see that change up here as I change where my text is. So my headings are a little bit slightly bigger and bold, and that's just to make them stand out as I'm writing my paper. So that's kind of where we should be. That's what we've been working on in this text. And what I want to show you today is how can you elaborate your writing. Today I'm going to teach you that in information writing, perhaps more so than any other genre, specifics matter. So the specific information you give matters. Expert writers know that it's not enough to write, like, you don't want to write just dogs eat a lot. So what you would want to write instead is you might say, okay, let's think about the specific details about dogs eating. Say large dogs usually eat a cup and a half of kibble twice a day. Smaller dogs eat far less, perhaps only half a cup twice a day. So you were going to say dogs eat a lot, and then you kind of went more specific, and you actually clarified that not all dogs do eat a lot. Some smaller dogs actually eat less. So that's kind of what we're getting on track here. I'm going to show you that in my own writing in a couple examples, and then you'll have some time to work on that in class. So what do you do for homework? So in my information book about teaching with videos, the flipped classroom, I would say for homework, students should watch the video and respond in some way. A great way to respond is taking notes. Taking notes helps students pay attention. So, like right here, I'm talking more about taking notes, but I didn't really explain what taking notes is. Um, so I can either add some clarifying sentences after, or I can replace the whole sentence like I did with dogs eat a lot. So a great way to respond is taking notes. So I'll put here, notes can be taken in a variety of ways. A WSQ is a great option. This is when students write where W they watched, oops, spelled that wrong, the video, a summary S of the video, and finish with a question about the video. And then I'll come over here and put a little Q in parentheses to indicate that what each letter stands for. So a whisk or a WSQ. Um, in addition, 2 or 3 column notes. I keep making typos here. Let's just fix this. In addition, 2 or 3 column notes can be taken responding to a video. These are notes that also help with AVID strategies. And so I might want to even further define these. So I'm going to go ahead and leave myself a comment and think maybe there's a way I could further define 2 and 3 column notes. And AVID, what AVID is. And that could be, maybe I put it in a glossary, maybe I kind of do it in a sentence. I don't know if that makes sense in this sentence, though, or in this context to define what they are. But I'm talking about note taking, I guess, so I could probably define 2 and 3 column notes. But I also think I have another place in my... No, I don't. So I think maybe that would go under responding to videos. So yeah, maybe I do need to go and elaborate more on that later, but I can come back and revise that. So these are more examples where I might elaborate, and I used a comment to do that. The next spot where I might elaborate is my next chapter. I kind of started making it. I'm going to kind of show you how I do this. I'm calling it making videos. So I want this to be bold, and I want it to be a little bit bigger because it's a heading. I want to make sure my formatting is consistent as well. So I want to check what I did for the first chapter title. How big did I make that? My first chapter title was font 18 and bold. So this is the chapter title, so I need to make this bigger than 12. So 18. And then I just want to wrote like an introduction saying the ultimate goal of flipping your classroom should be to make your own videos. And I'm kind of making it positive because ultimately I had to deliver some bad news. And so I think like I want to start out with this should be something about time investment. So that would be my heading there. I might change that. I don't know. I don't like it right now. But right now I'm going to work on this part here. It says, however, making videos can take a long time. So kind of just like dogs can eat a lot. Well, this isn't necessarily true. So making videos does take time. Depending on what you use and what you are teaching, it may take 5 minutes or it could take closer to an hour. And then that just depends. And I think I could elaborate further on this by explaining different strategies of it. But I think I just wanted to make sure that I didn't just say it can take a long time. And I wanted to, depending on what you use and what you are teaching, it may take 5 minutes or it could take close to an hour. Some math concepts can be reviewed using an app like Explain Everything in 5 minutes. Other concepts like writing can take around, that's 30 minutes to plan. And that's just another side thing. When you're writing formal writing, you don't want to put numbers unless they're over 1,000. So you always want to spell them out if under 1,000. It can take around 30 minutes to plan and record. So there we go. This is elaborating more on that detail and getting kind of more into how you would start different chapters and format that. So again, this video is focused in on how to elaborate in your writing. You want to make sure that you go back in your writing and edit and revise what you have, and then also continue to elaborate as you write forward and finish up writing your book.